live.
Confirm go live.
All right, let me take it. I gotta check. You know, every time we gotta check to make sure the audio is all set and cool. You know how it be, my channel.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Posted to my story. I put "Rockin' Stone" by Windrose as the music. Yeah. All right, let me put a background image up.
You're gonna put a background image?
Yeah, I gotta put the ring of what's your the Misty?
The Ring of Fire, bro.
The Ring of Fire. Did you hear that?
What?
My sniffles.
Your sniffles?
My sniffles.
Okay.
Misty Mountains.
We're all good. Ooh.
Middle Earth.
Hey, Uber! Yo, Uber, you get to watch episode 3 of our Hobbit discussion. If you're into that sort of thing. If not, if that's not your jam, then stick around. But thank you very much for the sub. You're wonderful.
Are you a Tolkien nerd? Come on, join us.
Did I send you that Tolkien like death date thing?
No.
Yo, let me you're gonna lurk? Alright, Uber. Thank you very much. I hope you stick on through. Let me read this to you. Where is it? Because it was actually really interesting. Where is it? I see something else you sent me that I'm gonna have to look at. Tolkien died in 1973. One ring to rule them all. 9 for the men, 7 for dwarves, 3 for elves.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh
Woo!
shit!
That's magic of numbers.
That's cold, man. You feel that? That's ice in my veins.
Icy. Okay, I got the map of Middle Earth up real quick.
You got the map of Middle Earth up?
Misty Mountains. Yeah, we got the Misty Mountains right here. Where's the Shire? Oh, the Shire's over here. Oh damn, they really trucked along. Where's what the fuck? What's that one thing? Mordor.
Mordor. Do you think there are a lot of doors in Mordor, or do you think they need more doors in Mordor?
Oh, found it.
Oh, come on. That was fucking hilarious. That was funny. I hate you.
Let me look up an illustration of Thorin.
Okay. So the intro's done. All right. Let me actually, you know what? To make my life a little easier, I'm gonna start writing down when we actually do the intros and shit. Because I have to flip through the stream, and
does it count as an intro though? Because we were just kind of rambling.
So like on YouTube, the introduction has to start at 00.
Okay.
So all right. So, is there any last thing you want to say before we actually do the introduction?
I gotta be real careful when I look up the character illustrations, just in case some like Rule 34 pops up.
So like
that would be bad.
But like, who would you want to see Rule 34 of as of right now? Gollum, obviously, right?
No.
Why not? Give the little guy some credit.
I was looking up Thorin, and then I was like, "Oh, I better be careful because I don't want to be like see a photo of like Thorin just straight up shirt cocking on my stream."
He's Pooh Bearing it, man.
This one's kind of cool.
This one's kind of cool. It's just his big old dick in front of your face.
Big old cock and balls.
Big old cock and balls. Alrighty, everybody. On the note of big old cock and balls, we are starting. Can you imagine if we had actual sponsors and a following, and then they first heard this shit?
Yeah, cock and balls.
Big old. Oh, by the way, if you want to post in Toggle's server that we're live, and then give them the link to your page. Well, I do the intro because it's always me that does it. I'm just kidding. I don't care. So, hey, once again, everybody, welcome back to our Barely Literate book club, already on episode 3. This is kind of crazy that we committed this much to reading 6 chapters.
I was looking at my book after I finished chapter 6.
We're
and I was
almost
like,
halfway through.
That's what I was thinking. I was like measuring the thickness. I was like, whoa.
Whoa. Calm down there, boy. But anyway, yeah, we're a little less than let's not put a little less than halfway through. We're almost halfway through the book right now, which is kind of crazy. In addition, since we're almost halfway through, we have to start thinking about the next book we're going to read. And Nick, I know that you had a few ideas, but I kind of want you to throw those ideas out the window for now. Actually, no, don't throw them out the window.
Oh, I'll put them in the cupboard.
Keep them in the back pocket. And I think that we should read the ghost story book that I told you about because, one, it's super short and it'll be a really quick like transition. And I think it'd be nice that we have like a short, different story before we get into something more intense because the stuff that you've kind of not what is it requested not requested what is it mentioned recommended the stuff that you recommended, it's not that it's like intense, but it's a little deep. It's got some deep themes in it. Yeah, so if you're down for it, I would totally like you to read the ghost story one.
I'm down for it.
Bet. So we'll discuss a little bit later on that, but for now, we are at chapters 5 and 6 of The Hobbit. Woo!
We did it.
Yeah. Oh, we did it.
Like a cheering sound effect real quick on the soundboard.
All right,
piss
do
you
it.
Off a little bit.
All right.
No. I can...
You'd be like,
if you insist.
I thought you were gonna be like, I can't do it. Also, I don't have it loaded up. Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's wrong.
Oh God! Please stop it! I still hear it. Nick, stop! Nick, stop it! Stop! Why can't you?
Right, I just turned the volume down.
You just like unplug your keyboard. It's like when the kid gets caught watching porn and he punches a monitor.
What were you looking at? Nothing.
Nothing. Were you playing with sound effects on your keyboard? No.
No. Why is the monitor broken? I was looking at porn.
Okay. So, once again, as we keep saying, chapters 5 and 6. Today, I am going to be taking the synopsis of chapter 5, while Nick takes the synopsis of chapter 6. Before we get into it, is there anything you want to add?
If you look on my stream, there's like a really cool art of Thorin Oakenshield over here.
All right, let me take a quick gander at that.
It looks sick.
Oh, that is not anything. Well, I'm gonna say like that's not what I pictured, but then again, and I've been kind of like polluted by the movie, so I was picturing like Daddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like this look though.
All right.
We should. Oh, you know that's what we should do. We should make the. We should make what we think the 13 dwarves look like on Hero Forge.
We should.
Or just like the whole party.
We should make ourselves as dwarves.
I know you asked me to draw that, but I was like,
yeah, what happened, bro? Like, what happened?
It's gonna take me a minute.
Did you give up? Did you not even start?
No, I didn't even start.
Dude,
yet. I don't even know.
Look at this. Ready? Look. Dwarf you right there. Can't even see it because it's so small.
In 4K. Jesus Christ, why is the head bigger than the balls?
You said nuts, not dick, bro. That's just a third nut outside the sack.
But it just looks so deformed.
Yeah, you know the term nutcracker? Kind of took it a little too far. Alrighty, without further ado, we are going to start with chapter 5. I almost forgot what the hell we were doing for a second.
Oh, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Guys, I have a cold right now, so if you hear some sniffles, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it out of the mic.
Yeah, you just hear.
but I can only work so hard.
He's thick. Gooby Booby's a little thick today.
I
Thick.
I got a cool.
Alrighty. Chapter 5. Bilbo regains consciousness and, finding himself alone, tries to crawl through the tunnel. He finds a ring, which he absent-mindedly pockets. He wishes he were back in his comfortable home eating. As a hobbit, he can orient himself quite well underground, and he continues to descend the tunnel until he comes to a lake that he cannot cross, not knowing how to swim. Bilbo is spotted by old Gollum, who lives alone on an island in the lake, which he navigates in a small boat. Gollum is a small, slimy, dark creature with pale eyes, named for the sound he makes as he swallows. He preys upon goblins and fish because he lives alone. Gollum is in the habit of speaking to himself in a kind of hissing baby talk, calling himself, and I'm going to try it here, my precious
girl.
Oh, baby girl. Okay. Just totally ruined the flow there, buddy.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Trying to assess Bilbo, he engages him in a game of riddles, at which Bilbo proves his equal. Gollum decides to get the better of Bilbo by using his birthday present, a ring. When he wears it, he is invisible and can more easily snag his prey. He goes to the hiding place where he keeps the ring, but it is gone. Gollum correctly surmises that Bilbo has it and confronts him, asking what is in his pocket. Bilbo, who does not understand the power of the ring, slips it on his finger as Gollum tries to attack him. Bilbo becomes invisible, and Gollum cannot find him to attack. Gollum is afraid that without the invisibility of the ring, he will be captured by the goblins. He panics and runs to escape the cave. Bilbo, who is still invisible, follows him, thereby discovering the way out. Gollum, who can smell Bilbo, blocks his way. Bilbo, thinking of killing Gollum, but decides it would not be fair because Bilbo is invisible and Gollum is unarmed. Bilbo escapes by an extraordinary leap over Gollum's head and through the passageway, but he runs into the goblins. As they rush him, he slips the ring on, becoming invisible, and narrowly escapes to the outside where it is light, and the goblins cannot follow. That is the synopsis of Chapter 5.
All right. One thing. Okay. No. Okay.
Oh, God. What?
The fair fight thing. All right.
What?
All right. First of all, I think low-key, when you read the synopsis, I was low-key feeling bad for Gollum there. Because I'm like, he's just minding his business in that cave, and Bilbo straight up robbed him. Not knowing it, but like, he straight up robbed him.
Well, he didn't rob him. He just found the ring. No, that is true. That is exactly true. He did not rob Gollum. He just found the ring. I actually wrote that down. Okay. So, no, let's continue. Fuck it. Before we get into the points, why do you say he robbed him?
Because, all right. Once Gollum's like, hey, what's in your pocket? What's in your pockets? And then Bilbo's like, nothing.
No. He
kind of knows that, like, whatever he has in his pocket, it was Gollum's, and he's like, I'm not gonna get it.
Robbing means malintent. For example, let's say you and I live in the same area, and you happen to lose, I don't know, a trinket of some sort. I have no idea, A, who the hell you are, or B, if you owned this trinket before me. So I find it on the street, and I pick it up, and you, some crackhead, comes up to me and was like, hey, what gets wetter as it dries? And I'm like, a towel, bitch, I already know. And you're like, all right, give me what's in your fucking pocket. And I go, no. And you go, what's in your pocket? And I'm like, go away. That's not robbing you. That's me being robbed.
Fair point. I take back what I said. when you put it like that.
Right?
That's a solid point. No, I can't even lie. Because if some tweaker came up to me and was like, what's in your pockets? I would be like, nothing.
Oh my God.
Leave me alone, please.
All right. So my first note for chapter 5 is Once again, I am having a stroke reading this book, and I cannot even get off the first page of chapter 5. And I wrote the quotations of it. Very slowly, he got up and groped about on all fours till he touched the wall of the tunnel. But neither up nor down could he find anything. Nothing at all.
Oh yeah, no, I struggled on that.
No signs of goblins, no sign of dwarf. What?
I had to read that sentence 5 times. I'm not even gonna lie.
It took me probably like 10 minutes to be like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, my first note was about his just miserable and tireder.
Miserabler. Yes. I was like, that can't be a word.
How are you an author, Tolkien? Come on, you should know those aren't words.
Well, I don't know. We could chalk it up to like the weird American British translation of like color having a U, but nah, that's not a miserabler and tireder. Well, is tireder a word? No, it's more tired. Like I am more tired than you. Yeah. I'm tireder than you.
Right.
No, it's more tired.
Miserabler. You try to say that enough times, you might actually have a stroke.
I think he did when he wrote that, and the R just trailed off on the manuscript. Okay.
You want to do your second note, or do you want me to?
Was that your first note?
That was my first note. It was the miserable thing.
Okay. My second note isn't really a note. It was just me in the heat of the moment going, did Bilbo just find the ring?
Just like that. Just
literally, that's in all caps and an exclamation and question point. Did Bilbo just find the ring?
I always because I remember I heard I think I was trying to listen to The Hobbit in an audiobook form like a year ago.
I can't do it.
And it was rough, but like I remember hearing something about like the riddle thing and the ring, and in my head I was thinking, did Gollum did Bilbo win the ring of power from Gollum through like a riddle game?
Did Bilbo win the ring from Gollum? Okay, interesting. So that's what you kind of took from that when you first heard it.
When I first heard it, yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that he just found it in the cave.
Legit just found it. So what I was having trouble with is I don't think I wrote this down, but he said the sword glowed in the cave, or at least shone a bit. But if it's Sting, it has to glow through orcs. But there's no light in the cave.
I think it was just because I think even in darkness you can kind of see a glimmer of metal.
I don't know. Well, no, because why is the metal glimmering if there's no light?
That's what I'm saying. Even in darkness, you can still see that little glint, just the tiniest bit.
I don't know, man. I call shenanigans. Yeah.
Yeah. My second one was Gollum is introduced kind of lazily, in my opinion.
He's kind of lazy.
No, I think Gollum was introduced lazily.
Oh, introduced lazy. Well, why though? Because are you expecting a grand character reveal because of the Lord of the Rings?
No, I was expecting Bilbo to like run into him at some point, and then it's introduced. But no, it did like a whole breakaway to a new paragraph, kind of going over Gollum a little bit before Bilbo.
Okay.
So he just like he's going through Bilbo's going through the passageways, and it just goes, Gollum is a creature from the cave. Like I was like, well, that was kind of sudden.
A little bit.
That he just So I thought that was kind of like I read that. I was like, oh, really?
So
that's how you do it.
That's my next two kind of points there. One, damn, Bilbo can't swim. That's it. That's all I wrote for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to write that shit down.
But like,
I was gonna write that.
I don't know. I feel like he know how to swim because they fish and shit like that, right?
Well, they do explain that in the first chapter that there's the hill and there's the water.
True.
And he's from the hill, so it doesn't seem like he's visited the water often enough to like
learn how to
need
swim.
learn how to swim.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then my next one was another freak out. Gollum mentioned page 68. That was it. So my next real point is how the hell are Gollum and Bilbo so good at riddles? Because like I tried answering along with them and I was reading it and I would have been stumped on the first one and then Gollum would have ate my ass.
Oh, I had the same note down here. Hold up, I gotta find it.
Hold up, I got it somewhere.
Oh yeah, but yeah, my note was, man, if it were me having to ask or answer riddles, I'd be feeding Gollum for a month.
I'd be feeding Gollum for a month.
I would not have survived. I had one that was Gollum calls himself my precious. I always thought that's what he called the ring itself.
Actually, me too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I'm like, wait, when he kept calling himself my precious, I was like, first of all, hell yeah, self-love.
What are you cracking up? What are you cracking open there? I hear it. Don't try to hide it from me.
Cherry limeade Waterloo sparkling water.
I don't know if you can. I'm kind of messing with the audio just to hear.
Yeah, I just heard a little bit.
Oh, you're a lot louder than me.
Yeah. I kind of love that Gollum calls himself my precious, because like self-love, you know, like I call myself an idiot. If I call myself like baby girl or like precious or preciosa or something like that, I feel a lot better about myself.
I call myself an idiot. I call myself beautiful though too. You never know.
Right, beautiful idiot, God's favorite idiot, like. Kind of mixed.
I'm still testing my audio. I'm sorry. I keep going back and forth.
You're good. Oh, and Gollum's first lines in this book are exactly what you'd expect.
What were they again? Tell me the first lines.
Let me see. Hold up. I gotta pull out the book.
Oh, he's pulling out the book. Okay, let's hear this.
Gotta pull out the old master tool.
The master tool?
The Mouska tool.
Oh, the Mouska tool. Okay, so Nick is actively flipping through chapter 5 to find Gollum's first words.
I flipped right to
chapter 5. Did you really?
5. That's very impressive.
Oh man, dude, I am instantly touching myself tonight.
Oh, okay. Here's how Gollum is introduced. Deep down here by the dark water lived old Gollum, a small slimy creature. I don't know where he came from nor who or what he is. He was Gollum. That's it goes from it goes from like Bilbo like trying to navigate the thing, and then it's just like deep down here, Gollum. Like what?
Deep down in the dark caves, where it's like he's listing out every detail of the caves, and he goes, "Fucking Gollum."
So okay, here's Gollum's first lines. He goes, "Bless us and splash us, my precious. I guess it's a choice feast. At least a tasty morsel would be make us Gollum."
What?
Yeah. Bless us and splash us, my precious. I guess it's a choice feast. At least a tasty morsel it'd make us Gollum. Gollum. Like, I don't know how Andy
Oh yeah, that's right. When he tries to swallow, that's what he like that.
Yeah, that's literally my next note.
How do you forget how to swallow?
I don't know. But Andy Serkis really fucking nailed the swallowing sound they described when he says Gollum.
Okay, so my next note is so if Gollum had the ring hidden, how did Bilbo just find it randomly in the dark? Like, did it slip off while Gollum was hunting for a goblin? If so, he surely would have noticed. I read further right after writing this and confirmed this is exactly what happened. Even books aren't safe from my curse. I shit you not, Nick.
Now, I will give you this. I will say this right now. That is one hell of a guess because
Nick, okay, so for clarity, Nick, among many people, hate my X-Men ability of guessing plot points for like movies and shit. So
He's got crazy media foresight.
So I was just like, so wait, if Gollum had the ring hidden, how the fuck did Bilbo find it? Like randomly in the dark. In my head, I was like, oh, he was probably hunting for a goblin and it just fell off, and you don't know if you're invisible or not. Cause like,
well, the other thing is Gollum doesn't have pants, so maybe he had it like in like a little pouch, and the pouch had a hole.
but he wears the ring. You have to wear the ring on your finger.
True.
So like, it just slipped off, I guess, and because he's really thin. That's another thing I want to talk about. But yeah, I guessed it, and I was like, damn, I'm not even safe from books, bro. So yeah, Nick hates that I do that.
Media foresight.
But that brings me to another thing. I feel like we talked about this, or might have been mentioned. Does the ring change in size for the wearer? Did we see that in the movie, or am I tripping?
I think it did because Sauron had
huge hands. He had Darth Vader hands.
Huge, yeah, he had huge hands. But when when whoever killed him, I forgot his name, got the ring, it kind of fit his finger next. After that, and then now it fits a Hobbit's finger.
I do think there was a scene in the movie of the ring shrinking. Now that I remember it.
Yeah, I think it was. But they actually like kind of describe it in the book that Gollum doesn't wear it all the time anymore. He used to wear it a lot, but he stopped wearing it as often.
Yeah, I remember them
kind of hold it.
Yeah, I remember them saying like he used to wear it, then he wore it around his neck or in his pocket, and now he just like keeps it in a hole.
Yeah, yeah. So like he kept it in I think he kept it in a pouch on him when he was hunting the goblin, and it fell out of the pouch through like a hole or something. So I think that's what happened.
I don't know. I feel like he wore it on his finger because remember Bilbo. We're really going down this rabbit hole of the ring, but Bilbo had no idea that he was invisible.
Right.
So like maybe you just can't, because in the movie you go to like the Shadowland and you see it, but I guess in the book you just put it on and you think, oh damn, everybody can see me, but nobody can actually see you. So like it's not obvious to you.
Just looked up a Gollum illustration. These illustrations don't seem right.
No, I actually did I was gonna use a Gollum face for our post on Sunday, but they just did not look great. So my last point for chapter 5 is it was an interesting take that I don't think the movie ever mentioned, was that the ring still causes a shadow on the ground even though you're invisible.
Right. Only in direct sunlight though.
But that's a shadow. You have to be in direct sunlight to have a shadow.
Right. No, I felt that point was needed to be said, you know, because they do go to it at the end when he's escaping the Goblin Gate, and
they see his shadow.
Yeah, they see his shadow. Also, in that point, he was very fixated on his buttons. He was like, I lost a few buttons trying to squeeze through that door.
The man's has not had a proper meal for. May I mind you, this is said in chapter 6. They have been in the caves for 4 days.
Actually, almost 3 days, because
Monday and Thursday. They went on Monday and they left the caves on Thursday.
Gandalf said that they went into the caves either Monday night or Tuesday morning. That's when the goblins grabbed them, and then came back on Thursday.
You just love fucking me up, don't you, you piece of shit?
It was around 3 days because it was Monday night.
Okay, imagine not eating for 3 days. I have gone 24 hours. I have not gone longer than that.
And he's a hobbit. He has to eat like twice as much.
I don't think they ever said why he had to eat or why they eat so much. It's just because they're smaller, but like, I don't know. I feel like if you're bigger, you have to eat, right? You have to eat more.
Well, sometimes, like the smaller people, they tend to eat a lot because their metabolism are just faster.
That's true.
So maybe that could be it.
Kind of a weird way to end chapter 5. Was just talking about metabolisms.
I have a few more.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
5. So One, Gollum only has 6 teeth. He has 6 teeth.
Wait, he only has 6 teeth?
Yeah.
I don't remember that being mentioned.
And I said, poor guy needs to hit a dentist and get some veneers.
He needs to get some veneers.
And it was, man, if I was asking that, or it was, if I had to ask or answer riddles, I'd be feeding Gollum for a month. And then, hey, I guessed the time riddle.
What was the time riddle?
Oh shit! Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh god.
Riddles in the dark. Oh, all right. I think this thing all things devour. Birds, beasts, trees, flowers, gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal, slays king, ruins town, and beats high mountain down. And I was like, time? Because
I mean,
time is the end of all things.
I feel like I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to word what I was going to say. When I wrote,
proving that I was right.
No, I know. I was reading that and I didn't immediately think time, but I was trying to remember what I thought. Because I was like, water or like.
I will say it wasn't my immediate thought, but like when I thought about it a little longer, I was like, maybe time.
Interesting. Is that your last point?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, we already went over that. Okay. Why wouldn't Bilbo just kill Gollum right there? Who cares about a fair fight? He's invisible, but Gollum has tweaker strength and senses. Seems pretty fair to me.
This is very true, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I would have killed him too.
Oh yeah, because like Bilbo was invisible and he was standing still, and Gollum was waiting in front of the doorway, and he's like, "I'm gonna get this little dude," and Bilbo jumps over him, and Gollum almost got him. He's invisible. He doesn't know where he's at, but he's like, he went to go grab him.
Well, how big isn't Gollum a hobbit? Or like a variation of a hobbit?
Yeah, it's shown in the movies that he's a hobbit from the water. Because they go fishing and stuff.
So I was about to say, like, damn, okay, Bilbo's got ups because that's like me jumping over you. Well, you'd have to be crouched though, so maybe not that impressive.
But like they said in the book, he jumped. Sorry,
I like how you're like, I don't want them to hear my sniffles, and then you just go right in the fucking mic and just don't even bat an eye. You're like, all right, so about Bilbo.
I feel like sniffles are more gross than a burp.
No, they're equally disgusting. Actually, no, the burp is worse.
Okay, fair enough. But in the book, it said that Bilbo jumped 7 feet far and 3 feet high.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's some crazy hops for a hobbit.
Jesus Christ, Joe. Listen. Hobbit basketball. But what would the Shire's team name be?
Oh man.
And they have to be like like the Golden State Warriors. They have to be like the Shire blank.
The Shire moles, because hobbits are known to be burrowers because of their tunnels.
Okay.
Huh? What do you think?
I don't know, because like what do they love? Fireworks? Smoke. The Shire smoke rings?
Shire smoke rings. Oh no, not the Shire pipe. Yeah, Shire smoke.
You cut out.
Oh, the Shire rings might be the or smoke rings might be the best one.
The Shire smoke rings, the Shire firecrackers. I don't know. This is a crazy like tangent, but do you have Safeway near you?
No.
Okay, so Safeway is like a regional store, I guess, in the East Coast. You know how like certain stores have their own brands of things, like Target has whatever. So Safeway had really good frozen appetizers, and one of them were called firecrackers, and they you know the Chinese fireworks, like how they're in the middle and they have like twisties on the end.
Mhm.
They looked like that, but they were fried almost like egg rolly type things, and they were spicy like jalapeno-y. They were so good.
Dude, you know I fuck with fried foods.
Let me tell you, yo, I don't know if they still make them. When next time you come down, we're gonna grab some. They're fire crackers.
Actually, this reminds me of there's something I gotta mention in chapter 6. It's just like, no, I'll mention it now because they've been cooking for a minute. Do you think the dwarves brought like seasoning and stuff, or are they just eating this shit like unseasoned?
I truly don't know if seasoning exists in this world.
It has to, like salt and stuff.
No. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say salt's not a seasoning because it is. Other than no, they have to because they salt meat, like to make it last. Yeah. So, are you talking about like garlic powder and like oregano and shit like that?
Yeah, like something to make it taste.
Okay,
good,
so they definitely have to have herbs because that's like that's like a ubiquitous thing. I don't know if ubiquitous is the right word, but like that's like all around rosemary.
They're smoking tobacco.
True. Okay, I would give them like a 5 out of 10 on the seasoning scale.
Okay, yeah, but like, do we think they're bringing it along?
If it is, it's not a necessity, so they didn't bring enough.
Okay, yeah, because they definitely they lost all their stuff.
They lost all their food, and damn, they lost everything. I just thought about that.
Yeah, dude, all they have is the clothes on their backs and the weapons they came.
Not even it makes it so the way that the book writes and J.R.R. Tolkien writes is that it seems that Gandalf, Thorin, and Bilbo are the only ones that have weapons.
Yeah, seems like it.
Right? Because like nobody's fighting or doing anything.
Yeah. All right, 2 more things or 3 for the
my chapter 5 is done, by the way. So like,
okay. I feel Bilbo deserves a level up after this chapter.
Yes, extremely.
Level 2 rogue.
Yeah,
because he got some feats in there. There wasn't. All right, so there wasn't an illustration this chapter. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, there wasn't, which kind of was sad. I wish they would have showed us the cave a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bummer, but I will say it makes sense because they the entire time they keep describing how it was blindly dark in the passageways. It makes sense.
Mercedes brought cookout.
Although an illustration of an illustration of Gollum's eyes piercing the darkness would have been sick.
So wait, what?
So they keep describing the passageways as dark and stuff, like blindly dark, but although an illustration of Gollum's eyes piercing the darkness would have been sick as.
It really would have, because like just imagine it's kind of shaded. You see the lake and the rocks, and then just big black orbs, like.
Well, big green ones, because they said it was burning green.
Oh, they were. Oh, because like you know how wolves and like animals in the night have those like green things.
Yeah, there's actually an illustration right here that kind of matches that. I like this look. I like it. If you look at my stream, or I can just send it on Discord real quick.
Send it through disc. I want to see it.
Yeah.
My hands are sticky now. So for all, I was silent for a lot of that, guys. My girlfriend just brought food. Oh God, what the fuck did you just send me?
It looks freaky, right, dude?
Dude, that you know what? Hashtag not my Gollum.
Not my Gollum.
But yeah, my girlfriend brought food, and I tried a piece of the milkshake, and my hands are sticky. It was Reese's though. It was good.
Ooh, there's this one too.
Oh God, please don't. Look at the. That's a fucking great picture.
The caption is Gollum is defeated. That's like right after Bilbo jumps right over him.
That's
He's
so funny, dude. It looks like he's air humping. basically, the picture is Gollum.
I have it on my stream.
I'm relaying it for ours because that's where I grabbed the footage from. But it's Gollum air thrusting. His face is red, and he's like, ugh. We heard the cocking, Nick. Oh my god. Okay, continue with your point, you fool.
Okay, but last one is also there was more emphasis on Bilbo's dagger this time. We got more info on it and of it being elven as well.
But not
maybe it is Sting.
Not a name drop. Not a name drop. We are not confirming that it is Sting until a name drop.
But Gollum recoiled a little bit when he saw the blade.
Because it's a knife.
Okay, whatever.
All of your points about Gollum are like basic fact. He recoiled a little bit when a blade was pulled on him. No shit.
Come on.
Nick, you have the same fucking problem. If anybody points a knife at you, if they're even 20 feet away, you freak out.
That's because of trauma.
It doesn't matter.
That's fully because of past experiences.
It wasn't even that big of a past deal. I hear you messing with Comsoculus.
I gotta adjust them. Okay, all right, yeah, but that's my last one. Chapter 5.
Damn. Okay, wait. Before you start with chapter 6, how are you gonna get into it?
What do you mean?
I want to know how you're gonna read it, because like, I was trying to get into it like, you know, an author reading his book, but I kept fucking up. I'm trying to get better every time I read the synopsis.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it how I'm gonna read it, because this one's a little longer, and I'm not confident right now with my...
I'm gonna read it how I'm gonna read it.
I'm gonna read it how I'm gonna read it, alright? When Bilbo emerges, he discovers that he is on the other side of the Misty Mountain. His wanderings inside have taken him through. He decides that he must go back and look for his friends. Still invisible, he hears Gandalf and the dwarves arguing. Gandalf is saying that he must go back to rescue Bilbo. Bilbo slips into their midst and takes off his ring so they can see him. He tells his tale and gains their respect, but he does not reveal the existence of the ring. They set off because of the goblins will be after them. They have nothing to eat, and Bilbo is hungry. Gandalf, Bilbo, and the dwarves slide down a stony slope, making more headway on their journey. Night falls, and they hear wild wolves, the wargs, howling. The dwarves and Bilbo, who is helped by Dory, climb trees to hide from them. Gandalf, who understands warg language, listens to the wolves talking about their plans to join the goblins in a raid on the nearby villages. He sets the wolves on fire with burning pine cones that he throws down from the trees, chasing them away. The Lord of the Eagles hears the noise and brings the other eagles with him to investigate. In the meantime, the wargs have joined the goblins, setting fire to the forest as they run through it. The goblins build up the fire around the trees where Gandalf, Bilbo, and the dwarves are hidden in an attempt to smoke them out of the hiding places. As Gandalf's trees... okay. As Gandalf's tree goes up in flames, he prepares to jump to his death. The Lord of the Eagles swoops down and carries him away. The other eagles seize the dwarves and Bilbo and carry them to their eyrie. The eagles cannot fly to... Oh. The eagles can't fly, guys. The eagles cannot fly them too far on their journey because men will shoot at them, but they give the expedition a place to rest for the night and bring back animals for the dwarves to roast and eat.
Okay.
That was rough.
So, I'm going to say flat out, probably my least favorite chapter.
Yeah, it was pretty slow. It was kind of boring, not going to lie.
It was also, it felt a little all over the place. Because all of a sudden, you know, they're talking, the sun's gone down, then they hear a wolf. They hear another one. Then they hear another one. So there's 3 wolves. They're like, oh shit, we gotta run. They hide up in the trees. Now there's hundreds of wolves?
Right.
What the fuck
and the
happened?
Goblins show up out of nowhere.
What?
Like, I know the goblins were following.
Yeah.
But they just kind of like rolled up.
So.
And then the eagles
Oh yeah,
were like, it was a little eagle ex machina a little bit, I will say.
I'm pretty sure I've wrote this down. No, I didn't, but I thought that I did. They never explicitly said how big the eagles were. They mean J.R.R. Tolkien. Like I now know that it's the huge eagle that Gandalf rides in that one scene.
That's what I was thinking when I first read it. I was like, okay, the big eagle.
But yo, you remember this is 19 whatever. You've never seen. You don't even know what a fucking movie is.
That's true. You know. No, yeah, we do have like a lot of
References.
references just because we did that marathon.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely they should have like described the eagles a little bit more.
Well, I don't know. Oh, yes. But I'm not going to take back what I said. He did say the King Eagle, right? Isn't that what he called him?
The Lord of the Eagles.
The Lord of the Eagles. Okay, so I was going to say that does give him the stature of being big. Not really. That just means he's like the head honcho.
Yeah.
So my first point for chapter 6 is, God damn, Bilbo had some character growth in the first few sentences, because he was like, I have to go back for the party. And he slips on the ring and was like, I'm going right back in.
That's that level up, baby. That's what I was talking about.
That is the level up. He Constitution and Dexterity.
Yep. All right, so my first note. Phew, Dory is still alive. I was actually worried for the guy. when I heard about Dory, I was like, okay, homeboy is still good. We alive. We all right. He lost Bilbo. That's it.
I'm kind of surprised that almost halfway through the book, we haven't had a character death yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Because this is the Hobbit. Like, there's no other Hobbit book. It goes into the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna have a character death?
I do.
At some point in the book.
I do.
Okay. I don't know, like, cause you know, I don't know why, but like, I'm like, all right, it's an older book. Maybe he's not gonna like. Cause at the same time, the book, when I'm reading it, it seems a little lighthearted, like it's like a fairy tale, you know.
True, but I do think we're gonna have a death.
Yeah. Okay, what's your next? Oh wait, that was your note?
Yeah, I said my first note.
Okay. Next one is Gandalf's a real one for real, not wanting to leave Bilbo behind and fighting with the dwarves to go back and look for him.
Yo, crazy, because my next one is good on Gandalf for taking responsibility for Bilbo and wanting to go back for him.
Right, dude, like, he's like, we are going back, and they're like, no, we're not.
I brought him. You guys agreed he's our fucking responsibility.
Yeah, and then what was it? His next quote was, fuck. Oh yeah, that goes into my next. That goes into my next one.
His next quote was, fuck, where is it?
Yeah, it kind of run into my next though. Is what does Gandalf see in Bilbo having to have so much hope in him? I brought him, and I do not bring things of no use.
I don't know, because remember, Bilbo, they've never really met.
Right, like he calls Bilbo his friend and everything, and I'm like, you guys met like maybe once or twice?
That's like me asking Bridget to go on like a Walmart run.
Right. It's like, I don't even know you. It's like, all right, I'll be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, I'm going to go build a house really quickly. You're going to be my foreman. Cool? Cool. Also, I have no idea how to use a nail gun.
It's like, do you have any experience? No? All right, it's cool.
All right, the Amish it is.
All right, you go off with two of your notes, because I just read off two of mine.
Well, I already said the one about Gandalf being like, cool.
Yeah. Gandalf's a real one.
He's improving. Oh. He is improving.
He is. All right, your next one.
Okay, this is more of another. We've had these almost every chapter, but this is more of like a what the fuck was Tolkien, thinking. Have you noticed that it's really, this might just be us being stupid and not having read in a decade, But have you noticed that it's
Fairly literate.
name drop? Guys, follow us on Instagram and on Twitch. So,
yep, and OnlyFans.
Ooh, shit.
Reveal.
Dude, I flipped the pages with my toes.
I got a Tolkien themed OnlyFans.
It's not the only part of me that's dwarfed. Okay. So
the Ring of Power is on my dick.
Okay. Hashtag buy cock rings at barelyliterate.com/store. Okay, so oh my fucking god. Okay, wait a minute. What are we talking about? My next point. Have you noticed, while, like I said, it might be just hard for us, that it's really hard to continue the story after each page turn? Not just going from the left page to the top of the right page. The page turn of going the bottom of the right page back to the left page. Because to me, it's almost like the last words before the flip don't really add up to the first words. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that for at least you? Fuck, I just hit my funny bone. That really hurt.
I get that every now and then, where like it doesn't feel like they run into each other that well.
I've had to flip the page a few times and make sure like the numbers are, in sync.
Yeah. Or like kind of read it like not with that pause, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're like, and Nick went to go grab the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well,
I
get it.
I felt like it was like, okay, it's a little hard to think about or to read it.
Can we talk about how Balin's a damn lie? Because he said well, it is the first time that even a mouse has crept along carefully and quietly under my very nose and not been spotted. After Bilbo took the ring off right in front of him, like in the middle of everybody, right? He said that, and my first thought was, oh yeah, you remember when the trolls snuck up on you guys and beat your ass?
Oh, I did not even think of that. That is true.
I was like, Balin, oh my god.
And like,
stop lying. We know.
At least you had the excuse that Bilbo was wearing an invisibility ring, but big ass trolls
hiding behind trees like fat boys behind a light post.
Yeah.
I was like, bullshit.
Jesus.
Bullshit meter went off like crazy.
So, I actually only have two more. My next one, it's once again going back to the wolves. It's just a bit hard to picture the clearing of like an open clearing, no trees or anything. Like it's just grass. And then all of a sudden, quote, hundreds of wolves and wargs appearing out of nowhere. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I heard that. It was like you cracked your knuckle, but I heard that.
As soon as I left, I was like,
no. But
I've been doing the chocolate rain thing. Where
did you end up watching? By the way, guys, Nick has never seen Chocolate Rain, and I had to explain it to him. Did you end up watching it?
No, I didn't. But like, I'm just referencing it from earlier.
I think Tolkien went a little like, okay, maybe it was hundreds of wargs because they were supposed to have like the war party go on because they were gonna go a raid. By the way, hundreds, that's a lot.
No, like they like all rolled up like it was a clan rally, and like that everybody was just supposed to be there anyways. Like,
why did you have to make it a clan rally? What the fuck?
It was in the middle of the woods. Fire was there. I don't know.
Okay, oddly enough that you bring that up. So I was watching, like I mentioned earlier, the Free State of Jones movie, and a part is like, oh, so basically the premise of the movie is Guy deserts the Confederacy, decides to fight back against them because they keep stealing all of like the resources and stuff like that. They have a couple of runaway slaves and they join up and band together. So at one part of the movie, they get enough people to take over a town, but then the Confederacy of like the little area sends soldiers, and you see it. And Matthew McConaughey's character is like, they sent 1,000 soldiers to us, and I'm just like, I don't think people realize how many people that is. Hundreds of wolves, thousands of soldiers. Like, motherfucker.
It's like when you watch this is kind of weird comparison. But when you watch like Christopher Nolan's like Dunkirk movie, and then they're like, oh, there's supposed to be like 350,000 soldiers on this beach. But like there, it's like there's only like maybe 2,000 extras.
Yeah.
Like here, it's like, oh,
right?
Yeah, like
think
I don't know where I was going.
Well, no. Think about this. You're like my graduating class was like 400 people in high school. That's a fucking lot. Imagine wolves.
Yeah, but like, yeah, every kid on that stage is just a furry. Like
an army of dogs. Like, you get overwhelmed when like 5 puppies jump on you. Full grown ass wolves. I don't know why this is sticking with me. And most likely they're fantasy wolves, like dire wolves, so they must be fucking huge. And then you're a hobbit. The goblins ride them.
The hobbits and dwarves would probably ride the wolves into battle. I think they actually mentioned that the goblins would ride
the goblins ride the wolves, my guy. These are big fucking wolves. It is not making sense to me.
Mine's gonna backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
But I read it this way, but I caught the first, like, I think we're catching the first glimpse of the ring corrupting Bilbo, because he didn't want to like reveal the ring to the party yet.
Or Gandalf, because remember, he was kind of side-eyeing Gandalf a little bit, and Gandalf was doing the same thing. I can see that.
Like, he's like, I don't want to show these guys yet.
Yeah. And he hasn't, right?
No, not yet.
Interesting. Yeah, I can definitely see that, that's also really quick.
Yeah. Like, he just, like... I kind of want to, like, see how this worked out, like, visually, because it kind of seemed like he was in the middle of all of them, and he just figured out I'd be asking questions.
I pictured that too, but at the same time, it's like, imagine if we were all... It doesn't help the statement either way. Like, it's still, what the hell, wouldn't they have just, like, seen him go poof? But... Yeah. I could also picture it like they're sitting around in a circle, and instead of appearing like a bonfire in a circle, but instead of appearing where the bonfire is, he appeared like on one of the logs outside next to them. Yeah, but still, like that's the one thing where I don't really, in movies too, where like the character is sneaking behind somebody. I just watched Indiana Jones the other day, and have you seen the movie, the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the scene when they leave the pirates and they follow the U-boat to like the island, right? And Indiana Jones takes out the Nazi and wears his clothes, but they're too small.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he like takes out the other Nazi that's just standing there. But you see the guy on the U-boat is fucking watching. Like,
it's the same. It's the same kind of logic as when we're playing a stealth game and we build one of the guards right in front of the other ones, but they didn't spot us yet.
That's the same. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on, guys. I don't know if I'm a god with perception or not, but I would have noticed. I feel like a child would have been like, "Daddy!" There was like a guy there.
Right.
I don't know.
No, you're right.
My last point is, for God's sakes, they need to put a leash or a monkey backpack on Bilbo, because they keep leaving that poor bastard behind.
Yeah, the fact that Dory had to like go back down from the tree and get Bilbo, and then go back in another tree.
And then with the eagles too, remember?
Yeah.
They picked them all
Bilbo
up.
had to grab onto Dory.
The Eagles didn't even grab. Like, I get the guy is small, but come on, he's not that much smaller than a dwarf.
Right. Like, also Dory's a real one because he's just kind of like the like, all right, I'll pick up Bilbo and keep running kind of thing.
Yeah, but he's like, God. It's not like he wants to. He's like, fuck it, fine. God damn it.
Yeah. And say what you want about dwarves, they sure can climb good.
Apparently.
Yeah, Dory like yeeted up that tree.
I don't know why, but I pictured dwarves having comically large Wreck-It Ralph hands.
That's what I always imagined.
Yeah, because like I don't know if in Baldur's Gate, Jesus Christ, dwarves' hands are huge. He's laying like this on his chest, and his hand covers his whole left tit.
You know what? They gotta have big hands for all that mining and foraging they're doing.
That is true because they're like a little heat impervious.
Yeah, and I would say it's the same way that like hobbits have like the like really strong feet just because they're huge. Like,
yeah, and it's got to be like that evolution because they don't wear shoes because of that, but I think because of that they don't wear shoes. It's like a reverse, like recycled.
First, chicken or the egg.
Wonder if there was like one hobbit like a million years ago who's like, fuck it, I'm gonna not wear shoes anymore, and that shit's gonna be hairy. I'm gonna stop shaving my feet pubes. Do you think the hobbits get kinky and like do shapes like they put a triangle or like a landing strip on their feet?
Next note is
I think so. Why not? Like, come on.
Gandalf casted Fireball.
He fucking did. No, wait a minute. No, he didn't.
It was more Firebolt.
What I thought he did is he lit like what is that? A fucking pine cone on fire, right?
Yeah.
And when he threw it, it was like a Mexican jumping bean, but with dancing lights, except for fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it seemed, what?
He said they said that the sparks, all right. Yeah, it said that the sparks, when they hit like a warg's fur, it stuck to them like napalm.
And
right?
They would change color, didn't they? Like, didn't every hit was like a different color?
It was, yeah.
That's cool. That's fucking cool, man. That's like cool. Disco fire.
Also, low-key poor wargs, because Jesus Christ, like fire stuck to them, and they had to like either roll.
Yeah,
over,
that's
or,
crazy.
Like, try to put it out or like find water or something. Nah, that sucks.
And I remember Tolkien like really hammering on the jumping and the yelping and like the leaping of the wolves. Like they were they were leaping into the trees, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, they said that the like orcs are like jumping, or this one jumped up 10 feet.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy high. That's like freestanding like, jump.
Time, they're like big wolves too.
They're like hunchback wolves. Like if wolves had like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation.
Yeah, I could see that.
My points for chapter 6 are all done.
Okay, I got 2 more.
Go for
it. That was definitely a long rest at the end of the chapter.
Yeah, for sure.
A well-deserved long rest.
Definitely, for sure.
So at the end, they said that Bilbo, when he went to sleep, he started dreaming of his hobbit hole and him wandering the rooms like he was looking for something, but he didn't know what or what it looked like. What do you think he meant by that? Like, do you think that's like the ring kind of getting into his head?
So, not gonna lie, I don't remember that, but just judging from what you said, I think I agree with like the ring is kind of polluting his mind. Like it's always searching for it, but he doesn't know what it is yet. So I think so. I think you might be on the money with that one.
Yeah, Dude, this ring's already like taking a grasp on Bilbo.
And like that's like another thing where I'm just, dude, what the fuck was that?
Sorry, I was like cleaning, like wiping the dust off my mic stand.
It's
and springs.
it sounded like your dad was in the background and he just hit that like G string on the bass guitar. I don't know. I guess okay, so I'm gonna make a point here, and I'm already gonna like disagree with myself, but I don't want that. Like that's not my outcome. I understand the ring was created by a negative entity of Sauron, and that he was evil. And I understand that since he was evil, it was his creation. He put his evil energy into the ring. What I don't automatically like, I should say, is that no matter who or what is in possession of the ring, they automatically become evil. Because I see the ring more as an object than as, let's say, a Horcrux or something like that. Because yes, it calls to Sauron anytime it is put on, but that doesn't mean that it's always on. You know, not like on somebody's finger, but like turned on because he can't find it.
Right.
So I'm not the biggest fan of it immediately. I keep using the word polluting because I can't really think of the other word right now, but of just taking over and kind of turning somebody.
Like
corrupting. That's the right word. Yeah. But it is like the thing that drives the story forward, I guess.
Yeah, the MacGuffin.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I don't know. I think the ring being able to like corrupt Bilbo, because he did wear it for a good bit before taking it off and keeping it off. But I think it being on his person in general, like it might be corrupting him, but not as fast as when he's wearing it.
Well, remember, Frodo didn't wear it as much as he had it on the necklace, but he was still being a dick.
Yeah. But like it wasn't as like he wasn't as possessive over it as Bilbo, because Bilbo wore it for a very long time and he actually did wear it. You know, like Frodo didn't wear it as often, but I feel like if he did, he'd be way, way, way more like dickish.
Well, you also have to keep in mind Bilbo had it for years before giving it to Frodo.
Yeah.
So like I don't remember what the time difference is between The Hobbit and the first Lord of the Rings movie, but what was it, like 40 years?
I'm not sure.
Look it up. Let's look it up, because because even then, wasn't the journey from the Shire to Mordor like a few months?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, so Bilbo in The Hobbit is 50 years old.
Okay.
And
he's 111 in the first. Yeah. So Bilbo had the ring for 61 years. No, 71 years. No, 61 years.
61, yeah.
Yeah. He had the ring for 61 years and basically had Gollum face.
Whenever he got like super possessive.
Exactly.
But it also slowed his aging.
So that brings me to the point. Why the fuck is it an evil entity?
Maybe the same way that the dark side is technically more powerful, but it does eat away at the user.
Isn't that if you let it? Because it's the same. It's the same thing of like you. I see it as the same thing as, let's say, Nick has an object and is now stressing and obsessing over it. It's not necessarily the object, it's more you causing that to yourself on your body. So like, remember, stress and obsession age you more. They fuck up your skin more. They cause gray hairs. Like your body takes a toll on you. Like your brain and mental awareness, like it will fuck you up. So do you think I don't know. Do you think it's just the knowledge of them having this all the time is like that version?
Oh damn, Bilbo's a Virgo.
What the fuck?
He said he was born on September 22nd.
Nick.
Sorry.
What the fuck? Man, we're making good point. Ah, shit. Bilbo's a Snickers wrapper.
Like, I'm a Virgo. Like, oh my god, me and Bilbo.
Oh my god.
But, no, you bring up a good point about how technically it should age him anyways.
More rapidly, like, if anything.
Yeah. Huh. This is a toughie.
You know what? Don't say anything. Viewers and listeners, fucking comment your thoughts. Yeah, how about that? Let's do a call to action.
Below.
Yeah.
We call upon the viewers of the Barely Literate Book and Movie Club stream.
We need...
What do you guys think happens?
We need a name for our like book members.
Well, we don't have many yet.
Yeah, that's true. When we get to one average viewer, then we'll talk.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The views on the videos aren't actually doing too bad. They're a little surprising.
Call them the huh?
The actual videos, the views on YouTube aren't too bad.
Alright.
So that's everything for chapter 6 for me. What about you?
That's all for me.
Damn, well look at that. We're kind of averaging out at about like an hour and 10 minutes now.
Really? I think the last one almost hit an hour and a half.
Let me take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow, because we're reading, get it? The last one was... Oh, I was wrong. The last one was an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah, I think we averaged more to like maybe an hour and a half. Hour.
That's still a long discussion.
Our first one was 2 hours.
Yeah, it was an hour, 54 minutes, and 28 seconds.
Yeah. But I think when we get to that point, we should call our viewers the literary census.
What? What does that even mean?
Right.
What does that even mean? What are you doing? So take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Are you looking something up on the Googles?
Yeah, I got that completely wrong. Oh, literacy sense.
Okay. We're done. We're done.
Hold on. Where are we at now in 2020? Or 2022? 21% of adults in the U.S. are illiterate. 54% of the adults read below a 6th grade level. Would you say you're in that 54%?
I would say I'm on the 3rd grade level. I'm also bad at math, so that's like troubling as well.
What reading level
am I?
is The Hobbit? Oh no.
What is it?
The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien is typically considered a reading level grade 7 to
7th grade?
7th grade to 12th grade.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My God, dude. I was reading Percy Jackson in elementary school. What do they mean? I feel like Percy Jackson's more of...
It's appropriate for more advanced readers. So maybe just like the themes aren't as like adult.
I don't fucking know, man.
Me neither.
Anywho, I think that, you know what? That's a great conclusion for chapter for what's it called? Episode 3. There we go.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so the last remarks, I would say chapter 6, not chapter 6. Yes, chapter 6. Not my favorite chapter.
No, yeah, it's pretty boring. Not boring, but just, again, like you said earlier, like all over the place.
I feel like it was a filler.
It's hard to follow. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a filler chapter.
So for
now we're up to chapter
7. Next week, we are going to do chapter 7 and chapter 8 of The Hobbit on Monday at 9:00 p.m.
Since it's gonna be, since it's gonna be halfway through the book. Should we do something special?
We should, and I did want to talk to you about that after we hopped off.
Okay, all right, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So, other than that, any last words before we conclude this episode?
I've been looking at this picture of the Great Eagle and what looks like Gandalf and some guy behind him sitting in chairs on top of it, riding in the sky.
I see that too. That's pretty funny. On that note, thank you everybody for listening again. I was gonna say watching, but I guess it's also listening as well.
Yeah, mostly listening.
We welcome all comments and thoughts and ideas. Remember to let us know, and if you're reading along with us, hey, chapter 7, chapter 8's next.
Oh, and you know what? If you have any like recommendations, some future books we could read, just like comment them down below for the video, and
I feel like
mention those on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, Barely Literate Book Club. We always forget Barely Literate Book and Movie Club. We haven't even talked about. Well, we got to do Nick's monthly pick, Nick and Chris's monthly pick, and I think your January is your January. Or we should start in February, so it's like you have the month to watch it.
Yeah, even though it would probably take us a week.
That's fine. But yeah, thank you guys, and we will see you next time.
All right, peace out.
Bye.